It's Tuesday and I'm working a little bit on the format of the show. Don't know when to actually cut to the title. Should I wait a bit or Welcome to The Topic! My name is Bob Jens. This is the show where I talk about whatever the internet is talking about. And you're a citizen of the internet. Why is that? Well, number one, you're watching this on the internet. And number two, I said so. What are you gonna do about it? You can see this show Monday through Friday right here, but I also want you to be part of the show. So the best way to do that is to subscribe for videos Monday through Friday. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. Make sure to comment, hit that little notification bell so you know when I upload, and let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about today is Jake Paul. Everybody's talking about Jake Paul, whoop-de-doo! Well, Jake and his brother are two of the biggest stars on YouTube these days, but they're being sued by their neighbors because they're loud assholes. Look, I understand doing stunts for YouTube, and I understand trying to make a buck, but there's a certain point where fame goes to your head. So when the local news comes down and you basically are a complete spoiled brat about it,
I wouldn't crawl up there. A lot of the neighbors are complaining. They're very upset. No, why?
We're families here.
you're welcome to be a famous whatever you are, Jake. Don't be an asshole. I don't know, if this was my kid, I would fly out there and basically smack this kid in the head. If you want to learn more about this story, click the link in the description to Philip DeFranco's video today. He articulates it a little better than me. And plus, I really want to talk about the Adpocalypse lawsuit. What's with all these lawsuits, man? That's right, YouTube might be getting sued themselves by a bunch of creators rallying around Zombie Go Boom. Now, Zombie Go Boom, they had a nice little business, making a nice little living, making nice little zombies go boom, I presume. But like so many other creators, their revenue just took a giant hit in the adpocalypse. In March of this year, several big advertisers pulled their advertising because they didn't want their brands being associated with programmatic advertising. That's the automatic algorithms that YouTube uses to throw pre-rolls in front of the videos, the overlays in front of, on top of the videos, and then you have like the banner ads on the side. Yeah, they were like, yeah, I don't really want that with, like, let's say PewDiePie dropping an F-bomb every 2 seconds. They're their brands. The brands have been now appeased by YouTube, and then the creators, well, a lot of them, because they had a lot of views, but they didn't have what the brands deemed as quality content or content that they thought was consistent with the tenor of their brand. Well, those creators basically lost a lot of frickin' money. To which I say, bah, that's weird and it sucks. I also say, bah, it's not your platform. YouTube can do whatever the hell they want. Now, there are some egregious and very obvious instances, one in particular where I saw, and Phil DeFranco talked about one of his videos, where he talked about something sensitive in the news, and CNN talked about the very same thing, yet Phil's video was deemed unmonetizable and CNN's was deemed, well, monetizable. That is not cool. That's like being blacklisted. But let's get back to Zombie Go Boom. I do feel like Zombie Go Boom kinda has a point. They feel that YouTube didn't give them all the details. They're content creators on their platform. They've made YouTube a lot of money, as has every partner. So let me just read this for you, okay? This is in TubeFilter. Failing to disclose the essential information to content providers along with maintaining unilateral control to change the terms and conditions which govern the payment received by content providers for their creative work is anti-competitive, harmful to the creative content market, and also a breach of good faith and fair dealing. Lawyers will never be out of work. Although I did read an article about how automation is going to change the legal industry too. Should I cover that in another topic? Let me know. Comments below. The story's getting a lot of press, and the real story really is, will other creators jump on board and make this a class action? If I had to guess, I think the creators are just going to have to eat shit. That's just the way it is. You don't own it, so they can do whatever the hell they want.